All right, good morning, YouTube and world, whoever needs to see this. It's Sunday morning, sun hasn't come out yet. Getting ready though, I think it's getting closer to 6. So I'm just out here in the garden next to my corn. I don't know if you can see how tall some of it is, but we got a little bit of rain Friday evening, inch rain. It's been pretty dry here last year, and this year have been drier in Iowa than it normally has been. We usually get lots and lots of rain in March, April. Springtime's usually pretty wet here. It's been pretty dry. We did get some rain. We get some rain though. We get what we need most of the time. It's still a little dry, but not too bad. Everything's still a little damp this morning from humidity. I'm just out here checking some of the sweet corn, seeing what's ready. Got a few ears harvested so far. Looks like we got a few. So I know Jen's done her testimony, given her testimony, I believe, for part of it. I have not done that yet. It's been on me off and on that I need to do my testimony. I'm not ready yet. What am I not? There was something there that just wasn't complete yet, I guess you could say. A number of things. Nothing will ever be 100% completely ready. Sometimes it's just when it's time to do it. And so yesterday we started harvesting some of our potatoes right before sundown. Sorry, I have a hard time sitting still sometimes, and it's like, all right, 10, 15 minutes, okay, it'll be all right. My Father knows our heart and where we're at. And some people are like, oh, you can't do that. And use your discernment. So I had to ask permission. Needed permission. Oftentimes as parents, we're always striving our best to guide our children, but honestly, sometimes it's our children that we can learn something from. So my backstory, born and raised in Colorado, met my wife 2008. I'm not going to do math right now. It's still early. I'm usually pretty good at math. But we got married in 2009. We have 3 kids together. Well, not together. We had kids from prior relationships. Neither one of us were ever married. Moved in together. Neither one of us were really wanting any more little children. Kids are great, don't get me wrong. I love kids. Other people's kids are great. I love them. And got some of our good friends' kids, some of our tribe that call me Mr. Steve, and they think we're pretty cool. They like to hang out with us, and I enjoy their company, and they're very intelligent. You can learn a lot from a child. So anyways, we left Colorado in like 2011, moved to Oklahoma for a few years, and then we came to Iowa. And we all have to go on our paths and our journeys. The Father knows what those are. We have no idea what they are. We just need to be obedient and do. And when we try our will, it's not good. So anyways, grew up going to Baptist church, Nazarene church, a couple other ones, Foursquare church. Went to church, did the church thing, believed in God. I was saved back in, early 90s. When I say saved, I was prayed over at a youth Baptist camp in the beautiful Rocky Mountains. My sister was too, I believe, at that same time, or she might have been prior to that. So that was kind of like the beginning of my path, my journey. A few vehicles going by early in the morning. A couple early risers around here, some farmers and whatnot, what have you. But so anyways, so in 1995, my parents were in a wreck. My younger brothers were with them. They were hit by a drunk driver, and I lost faith. Sorry, this video may never see the light of day, but if it does, just bear with me. So I lost my faith in after my brothers were. I see it now. They're up above. They're with the Father. They're smiling at me right now, laughing. Who knows? Anyways, so I lost faith. And years and years went by. Decades went by. That was more than 28 years ago. So that may tell you my age. I don't know. I was 16 at the time. So I lost my faith. And, overall, I was a good person. Not the greatest person. We've all done things in our past, that we kind of, sort of regret. But if you go back and change it, then what would be different today? I wouldn't change a thing. Did some bad things. Myself, brothers were killed by a drunk driver. I drank pretty heavily for years and years and years and years. And then I stopped. When I stopped drinking, so in my relationship before my wife, I had a daughter out of wedlock, which whatever. She lived with her mother. Her mother got remarried. Some bad stuff happened to my daughter. My daughter come to stay with me and told me some of the stuff that happened to her. So I was being in the flesh. Dad was mad. Dad wanted vengeance. But Father was with me there. He put the right people in my path to get my daughter out of that situation. Needless to say, she did not go back to live with her mother. She stayed with me, got custody of her. In her lifetime, she's been through some stuff, and all my children have. I don't know if Jen talked a little bit about what happened with their father. He's no longer here, but I'm not gonna tell that story. I'm telling my story, my testimony, even though that was part of why we started Break the Chain Ministries, which we haven't been on pushing as much because the Father's been working on us in our personal lives, especially me. So anyways, I can get sidetracked real easy. I try not to. I try to stay focused, but so I lost my faith and, got my daughter and stuff, and growing up, she, all people go through things, and there's a lot of bad people, evil in this world. So skip forward several years, we're living in Iowa. all of our children are now adults, have their own lives, have their own houses for the most part, or whatever. They're good kids. We raised them fairly decent. We didn't raise them in the way we follow. We didn't know about it, didn't find out about it. So we continually pray for them, and they're good kids, and they have their beliefs. I know the Father's working on them all with things. I see it every day. I see so much. Whether they realize it or not, that's okay. So I got to the point where I was, worshiping, how do I say this? Like the Norse gods and da-da-da-da-da, and, stuff like that. Just a phase, a stage, or whatever. And then, COVID came around, and kind of funny. I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't. Men change. God doesn't change. Bible, read it front to back, follow every word. Now. So what brought me to that is during COVID, I quit. I used to be a big Denver Broncos fan growing up. Funny thing, I quit watching football when Tim Tebow, he used to be the Broncos quarterback years ago when he was a rookie, he used to kneel and pray. Well, that was too controversial. That for me was like, I'm not. If that's too controversial for this man to pray, then I'm done with you. Now, who knows? I don't know. I don't even care. Don't follow sports anymore whatsoever. I got better things to do. So I'm trying not to ramble and trying to stay on point, but my brain can. There's probably details I'm missing. I might add some more later, or might give more information. I don't know. Who knows? He knows. So anyways, I quit watching sports and stuff, and then COVID hit, and it's like, we used to watch like the local news, mostly for the weather and just kind of see what's going on around the world. And the world kind of went stupid, in my opinion. Forgive me if that's offensive to anybody, but got pretty dumb. But there's been a lot of things over the past, who knows how many years, that have, been trying to get people to believe and do things a certain way, and some of us just aren't falling for that crap. But anyway, so COVID hit. Just shut the TV off, shut it all off, shut off all the noise, and I would come home from work. Yeah, and was I an essential employee? Yeah, kind of, sort of, I guess. Not really. I mean, we were still building things. The big job I was on, data center, the Book of Face, something like that, So anyways, that shut down for a spell, and still working on another job. A lot of us got sent to other jobs, some of us didn't. So come home after work, just helping out, do some dishes and stuff around the house, and just, like, okay, well, find some videos to watch. I like to watch, we've always had like chickens in a small garden, like canning, always had a little bit of a pantry, and started watching this video popped up on my YouTube feed one day. He's very independent, pretty interesting. This is what brought me back. This is how I refound my faith. As I was watching these videos, on, like, this guy was into preparedness and homesteading. Also has a little bit of a medical company. I might talk more about that later. And he's also got a couple ministries. So he used to pray in the end of a lot of his videos when I first started watching. And then he was using words like Yeshua, which means, Jesus, Yahweh, which is God or the Father, but he goes by, so many different names. I prefer to call him Yah, and Yeshua, which is Yah flesh. Grasshoppers. Oh, sorry, told you I get distracted. So anyways, so I was watching him for, just some of his preparedness stuff, and the stuff he was saying, it was like, kind of resonated with me. And he used to pray a lot during his videos, and I never stopped listening. I never shut it off. I kept letting it go. And I think my wife noticed it. I didn't notice it. So the stuff my daughter's gone through, this is where, yeah. I don't know if you've ever been put on your face and on your knees in tears, praying out, reaching out, saying, help me. I can't do this. Help me. I need you. Yeah, my daughter was to a point where she thought she had enough. Got a phone call early in the morning, and I was on my knees and on my face, bawling, saying, Father, if you're there, I need you. Please reach out. Just make her okay. I asked him to take me instead. And he didn't. He didn't take my daughter either. So I was like, okay, thank you. I don't know your will. My wife got me a copy of the scriptures. I read it. Sometimes I don't get to it every day, but most days I do. I do what it says. All of it. From the beginning to the end. Some people say that certain things were done away with. I don't think so. But that's you do you, I'll do me. So I came back. That was about 9.5, 10 months, about 40 weeks after I started watching this Bear Independent on YouTube. So, refound my faith. It's been good. It's been a blessing. Learned how to pray again. Been able to, pray over my children. Live in peace with the things that have happened and things that I've done. Repented. Asked for forgiveness. Been baptized. That was, yeah, that was great. So where we're at now is, just trying to spread the word to one person that just feels like they're not loved, and then we can get into the really, really deep stuff in the word. But that's not this video. This video is my testimony. He can use any of us for good. He will. I don't know. Everybody says everything's He already knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it. You know, it's kind of like he's got a book right there. And what you're going to do in your life is already written down. So here you've got choices to make. And what choices you make here affect whether or not, you know, what happens to you. And I've felt his presence on multiple occasions. You know, we don't do the Christmas or Easter we used to. Sorry if that offends anybody. You know, it's not in the Bible, and to the best of my ability, don't think he likes that. So we don't put our stamp of approval on his word. We just do what it says. We celebrate the Levitical feasts. We follow the Levitical food laws. There's certain things you don't eat. They're an abomination. A lot of people say that, well, that was done away with. No, I don't think so. Many times, even in the New Testament, you know, not one jot or one tittle shall be done away with. That seems pretty basic, easy to understand. So, stuff gets taken out of context. I don't want any of this to be taken out of context. I just, you know, this is me. This is what's on me. You know, my path, my journey. And we all have our own journeys. You know, we have friends that, you know, we worship on the Sabbath, which Friday at sundown to Saturday at sundown. It's the 7th day of the week. I don't know. That's where we're at. Sunday is the first day of the week. Look at the calendar. Those are my convictions. But this is the path he's put me on. I wanted truth. I seek the truth. And if it doesn't line up with Scripture, throw it out. It's no good. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, well, my pastor said this, or, you know, whatever. Sorry, I'm not. Gotta stop. But, so my faith, I've put all my faith in the Father. I broke my foot back in February. When it happened, I knew something wasn't right. There was 4 bones in there. Knew something wasn't right when it happened. Still able to walk. Wasn't in excruciating pain. It hurt a little bit. Maybe more than a little bit. It was pretty sore. Got home. Started walking to the house. Didn't know it was broken, and everything that went on, you know. We have since COVID, they do a lot of stuff not in office unless it's necessary or whatever. But long story short was, you know, it's like, all right, Father, you've got me. So no weight bearing for a few months. That was time for the Father to work on me a little bit, and we're getting some rain right now. Beautiful out. Sun's out, cloudy. I'll show you the sun over there without blinding you. It's out. Got some trees. But so he just kind of was working on me. So I learned a little bit more about patience. But on the same note, he was kind of working with me to go out and be a fisher of men. Spread the word. Talk to brothers at work. You know, so many men have lost their faith over the years, you know. Kind of sad. Wonder why. I don't know. Evil one's very, very tricky. Have some coffee here. So, I'm not gonna ramble on anymore. Probably missed some stuff. Whatever. Is what it is. Doesn't matter to me. And they have, yeah. Don't answer to men. I don't care what other men think. My brothers, yeah, care what they think. You know, they're good people, and you know, yeah, they like their opinions. Sometimes it's good, you know, if I'm messing up, let me know. On the same note, if I see you messing up, I'm gonna let you know. You know, we're supposed to lift each other up. It goes with everything. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of shiny, sparkly things that they're trying to get your focus with so you don't stay focused. It's nice, peaceful. Got roosters crowing in the distance. Sheep will be bad here shortly, I'm sure, when they get off their lazy butts, but that's okay. They'll want some, give them a little bit of grain here and there and some hay, and they can eat whatever they want. I got the pastures wide open. Did find out last night we had some weeds over here near our garden and stuff, so just pulling some of them big weeds and milkweeds and all kinds of stuff. Took them back to the sheep, along with a few corn stalks that got broke over that weren't gonna do anything else. Fed them to them. Sheep loved them. So, yeah. So we just have a little piece of land here, and we got sheep and chickens and gardens, and so blessed. And the Father's given all this to us to steward. It's all His. It's not ours. Not ours. It's His. So just give Him all the praise, all the honor, the glory. It's all His. You know, without Him, he can take any of this, all this away whenever He wants. So we just do our best to steward it. And, you know, and the Scripture says, you know, we're supposed to be the priests and kings in our own homes. So try to lead my home. It's just being the wife of the animals here. And you know, the kids are out on their own. Still guide them to the best of our ability. Anyways, just thank you, Father. Thank you. Anyways, so I don't know. Maybe this will reach somebody. Maybe this will help somebody. You know, I wasn't always the greatest person, but have faith. Do you have faith? I've got faith now. It feels great. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed day.